if y'all remember the Savage Elite Precision in that 6mm Creedmoor. That guy right there. A while back we were trying to do some load work and development on them, and my buddy was kind of took over the project to try his hand at all this stuff that we're doing with these things, and time restraints kind of got to him. He didn't have much time to actually do anything with it, so I got back on it and actually got out this morning and shot a few rounds out of that thing to do some tweaking / confirmation loads, and we had some pretty good results. I had to change bullets on the gun. We were trying to shoot those 105's. Those 105's were pretty damn good out of my 243, but I didn't like the way they were setting in the necks of the 6 Creed. As soon as I finish this round here, I'll dig that stuff out and show you. But I'm just loading up the last of that box of 100 I had, and all I got to do to this load now is a tall target test and load up some stuff to shoot. But let me show you what I was talking about with that 105's. Right there is the top of the boat tail, bottom of the bearing surface, however you want to put it, and right there is the top of the neck. So you can see there was not very much bullet in the neck of the brass there, and that was still with like 30 thousandths off the lands, because that is a hybrid, so we can do with a little bit of jump, and I just wasn't getting any good stuff out of it. I couldn't get any good numbers out of it. Here is a 115 Berger, and about even here, and you can see there's the bottom of the bearing surface, or the top of the boat tail, however you want to call it, and there on the neck. So that bullet is seating much better in there. But you know, that's a 115 grain bullet. Are we going to be able to spin this guy? So I figured the best way to find out if the damn thing's going to work is go out and shoot them. So I loaded up about 10 of them, did a ladder test on this thing, and I was using our good old Hodgson buddy. A while back we had problems getting some of it, and we've got some now. We had problems with primers, and this is the Lapua brass. It's got those small primers in them. Originally we had issues getting the small stuff to light off, but I don't seem to have too much problem with these primers and that powder. And these primers are the Remington 7.5s, the bench rest. I've got no problem with them. They seem to work pretty good. I've got the primers set about 7 thousandths deep. After looking at some of our pockets and thicknesses of the primers, I figured that's a good place to start, and that's a good place to start. Keep track of what I'm doing here. So I loaded up a ladder test, shot the ladder test, ran in there and picked out something that looked pretty good. Shot 10 of those just to see how they were doing. They looked pretty good. So I figured, let's go try a jump test and see if I can get in the right neighborhood of where I want to be with these things. Find a nice spot in the jump test. So I took the number of the amount of powder that was in that node that I was working on, and the jump test, and went back at it. I went 2/10 this side, right on that number, and 2/10 on the high side, and went out this morning and shot the damn things. This is the last bullet in that box of 100. And I'm going to open up a fresh box. And as you can probably see how many rounds I've got in this box here. A little over 20 rounds. So it took me less than 80 rounds to come up with this load. Sorry, I probably got a lot of glare going on here. Kind of in reloading mode. That was the cold bore shot. Cold bore, clean bore. And then 2 shots right behind it. That was our 2/10 lower than the powder charge. And there's 5 shots in that group right there. Got one kind of sticking out of there a little bit. So then we jumped up to the load that we were thinking it was working pretty dang good, and there's 5 shots right there. And both of those are 3/10 of an inch. Then we shot the 5 shots that were 2/10 higher, and that's this guy right here. And that group measures at 0.220 of an inch. Nice group. So what do our numbers do? Well, let me get the chrono out and show you what the numbers were. Sometimes they say pictures or it didn't happen. It'll take a minute for this thing to boot through its sequence. Five shots. 2868 was our average speed. Standard deviation was 3. And extreme spread was 8. So we're pretty happy with those results. And that's a factory gun. We haven't done anything to it except shoot it. New batch of 115's. I'm going to finish loading up. I think I got about 9 more rounds in there I can load up just to get something to shoot, so we run across anything furry that we want to shoot at, we can get it. Like I said, this was the Lapua brass, and these are Berger 115. They got a pretty high BC on them. The twist on the gun is 7.5, and the holes in the target look pretty good. They're pretty clean, so they're going in there straight. So it's stabilizing them at that speed. Did nothing to these necks. Didn't ream them. Didn't cut them. I just figured I'm just going to give it a whirl and let it fly like that. I did nothing to the primer pockets other than measure the depth. The nice thing about the load, with where it's sitting on our sweet spot, is they all fit in a magazine. Now this is the magazine without the binder plate. We had ordered this from MDT, so it gives us an extra 50 thousandths or so room in there, so we can actually get these long ass 115s in a magazine and shoot them out of the magazine like we wanted to, which is a nice thing. So I just wanted to let you know that Savage Elite Precision is shooting pretty damn elite. We'll catch you next time.